Alright, welcome to another video from Potential Props. As you know, I usually start out with items that are existing, or I call them found items. And in this particular case, the found item is one of two. Okay, so what I've done is I've connected two of the same items together. Originally, the found item was a kind of a safety night light type device. If there's loss of power, a couple LEDs here. There was a crank on the back to charge up an internal power supply. So what I've done is I've taken two of them, and I'm currently now in the process of connecting them together. And since there was no batteries originally to this particular item, I'm going to have to create a way to actually put batteries, and so that the thing can be maybe a wall mount or a kind of a table thing or whatever. So far I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of deciding what I can do and what I have available to me. I removed all the electronics from the internal parts of the item. So I have two bags full of components that could possibly be used later on, maybe for another project. So right now, I can go ahead and remove the back of this one so you can kind of see what it looks like. There's still a lot of the original plastic left, which will be removed as I modify and start to add my own electronics and things like that. So this is what the back looks like, and of course the front, the top. And right now I'm deciding whether or not I want to go with some clear tubing or rod or something that goes in here in this size hole. Maybe I'll drill some holes along the sides of here, you know, for LEDs to shine in or shine out. I don't really know. Of course, the seam will be removed. You won't see the seam, so that it won't look as though it was two items connected together. So when the backing goes on, when it's permanently screwed in place, there's going to probably be a door cut right here in the back. So all of this will be removed, so you'll no longer have that. So far this is what I've come up with, and right now maybe a keypad right here, I don't know, so that they come up and do some sort of code entry. Maybe we can go a thumb scan, maybe we can go an iris scan, facial scan, maybe some holographic projector, I don't know. So I'm still working on it, but this is what I've got so far. Thank you for watching. Okay, I wanted to add just a bit more to the video. I went ahead and machined down two pieces of acrylic rod, and basically what will happen is they'll fit right here inside this opening, just like that. And what the plan is, let me go ahead and put this one in here, just like that. And the design plan will be to cut maybe a, I don't know, maybe a 45-degree angle here to create a kind of a wedge look. So it'll start from here and then angle downward, maybe about 45 degrees, you know, maybe a little more. So that what'll happen is once the LEDs are lit or blinking or whatever they're doing inside here, they'll reflect slightly on the sides of the wedge toward the center, so that it would give the impression that these are holo projectors, holographic projection of something maybe above or in between here. And maybe also it's a way to scan a person's face. So if you had this mounted, say, on the wall, and they approach the front of this, then it would be able to scan you know, the left and right side of your face, and then maybe a thumb scanner right here in the middle. So again, this is all just going along. I'm not real sure where I'm going with it, but this is where I'm at with it so far. So again, the backs aren't attached yet. Let me go ahead and pop the back off of this one, and you can see that they're machined down and they fit real nice right there in the little pocket. And of course, any electronics will still be going on the inside there, along with you know, maybe a 9-volt battery on either side. So 2 9-volts to run the entire circuitry. So there we are. All right, I just spent some time making the wedge pieces on the lathe, and so I buffed it out with 600 grit on the ends there. This is sort of what it looks like. Basically it's been machined down to fit the size of hole here so that it doesn't drop all the way through, and it essentially gives me something to work with there. And then the LEDs will then be placed either around the surface here or shining up, or both. I haven't quite thought that far ahead yet. So anyway, that's what it looks like so far with the wedge pieces in place. Alright, well, as you can see, I've covered up the seam along the top and the sides, and what I've done is I used a piece of very thin aluminum right here. This is aluminum sheeting that you can buy at a hobby store. So I cut a thin piece that runs all the way across and down both sides, and it will be adhered in some way in the back. I'll probably end up cutting the little flaps a little shorter, maybe putting some set screws here and there. And there's going to be a door anyway for the batteries eventually, so I'm not sure whether to go from all the way across where this was raised on both sides so that it blends all the way across, and of course it'll hide the two holes in the back. So we'll see. So I'm still working on it, but it's coming along pretty good. Alright, this is what it looks like with the two acrylic rods in place. What I'm thinking is maybe put some sort of LED, or maybe an upper and a lower LED, but make these two holes maybe a retinal scanner, so that if this hanging on the wall, say it's hanging on the wall, a person comes up close to it, does a retinal scan, and the two areas on the sides, the wedges, will have LEDs around the outer surface right here. I'm going to machine this part down and have the LEDs pointing upward into the edge of the acrylic rod here, so that it has a tendency to maybe have a glowing effect here. Possibly maybe drill in the center and add something to reflect off of. We'll see. So there we go so far, and I'll let you know when I make any more changes.